Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for subscribing. So if you haven't, please do, and thank you for watching. Alright, so anyway, today I will be showing you time lapse of this. This is a photorealistic digital painting done in Procreate of a steak. Okay, this steak is based, of course, on a reference photo. I cannot think it from the head, so I really need a reference photo, so I took it from Pexels. So this is the photo which I took from Pexels. It is from Kasumi Loeffler. It is a really beautiful photo, very well taken, lots of details, which inspired me to do this digital painting. So let's start. So as you can see on the left is the one on the below is the original painting and the original photo, and the one on top is my digital painting. So unfortunately, I noticed that this time lapse did not record all of the video process. I probably manually stopped it, or it stopped by itself, because when I exported this video, it was already over an hour, which I sped up for this video. So it probably got cut off, I don't know, but it did manage to capture most of the details. But I think during the fries part and some of the backgrounds and extra detailing kind of gone. So yeah, but I guess the important part has been captured. Okay, how I work is, after I have done all the drawing, the digital painting, I would then open up Snapseed, a photo editing app, and I would import the finished drawing into it, and I would do some extra post-processing. In here, I added a vignette on the sides, and I did one of those lens blur effects to give that sort of depth of field and to focus on the steak itself. And I think it's some sharpening and color adjustments. I'm not sure if I did it in Snapseed or Procreate, but then I also added a bit of glow. There's a glow effect inside Snapseed, which I think gives a nice touch for these digital paintings that I do, especially when it's realistic. I always forget to do a screen record of Snapseed because you don't have an automatic no recording like time like Procreate has. So I would have to manually do it, but probably I should show the process of me editing it in Snapseed next time, right? So this steak digital painting, I started late January, and yeah, but I mentioned that I started February, but I actually started it late January of this year, early this year, and it is an on-off kind of thing. It's like whenever I'm bored or whenever I'm a bit stressed out, I would take time to do it because it's extremely detailed. The total hours that has been tracked by Procreate is about 40 hours and 20 plus minutes. So that's basically about almost 2 days. So yeah, like in total it's almost 2 days, but it just took me like really it took me months. I every day I would like just sit at my iPad and just start drawing bit by bit. Sometimes I totally don't do anything for weeks and weeks. So yeah, it depends on the mood. So this is like a long-term kind of photorealistic digital paintings of mine. So a lot of people tend to ask me what brushes I use. I think that's a normal question. For this one, I mainly use what I always use is the Kadiri pencil sketch brush. Why do I use Kadiri is because it was just a random download. Okay, I just looked for extra brushes and I found that it looked pretty interesting, so I decided to give it a try. It's free anyway, and I fell in love with it because one, it has a very nice texture to it, and it is very pressure sensitive. So when you press lightly, it's very light, and then you can adjust the thin and thickness of it without having to go back and forth and adjusting it, sliding the settings. So I find this to be one of the most perfect brushes for me because you can go into really detailed, and you can also go into like if you just want to color it out. So this is the go-to brush of mine. I would say it is my favorite. There are a few other brushes that I've mentioned in my previous videos that I also use in here. I think it's Anix. It's also a free brush, and a few more. Like towards the end, I would add some textures to the potatoes. I can't remember exactly which brushes that I use. It will be random. I will just be trying it out, if it suits or not. So this is the thing about photorealism. I mean, some people would be like, why would you want to do this if you want to replicate the photo exactly how it is? I did explain in this Procreate group that it gives me some sort of satisfaction. It's very therapeutic, and being able to see these tiny details, these gradual changes, the values just from white to slightly not white to a darker creamer version to this different shades of browns. It is amazing. It is crazy how detailed things are around you, and to be able to replicate that, to be able to mimic that, to be able to manipulate your brush strokes, your brush pressure, the way you glide it on the screen is just, I don't know, it just gives me a kind of a high. I kind of get lost in it. And I said that this helped me escape from sometimes the woes of reality by redrawing reality. And I hope that makes sense. But yeah, it's very satisfying. I know some people don't really appreciate photorealism, hyperrealism, all these kind of things, but that's fine. It's up to you. But personally, for me, I am absolutely in love with it. And I don't think I would stop doing it. Alright, so as you can see, how I did this was, originally I did trace the image. Yes, I traced the image because I want it to be exactly like it is, and I don't think I'm that great to be able to just come up with something just like that from scratch. Not yet. Probably someday I will need a lot of practice. But yes, I traced the steak, the fries, the plates, and everything, and then I colored it in. And people would ask, how do you do it? Okay, there are a few ways that I approach this. I do have the original reference layer. Sometimes it's on top or below my artwork, and also sometimes the little thumbnail reference on the side, because I would like to cross-check whether I got the shadings and the tones right in place, because I want to make it really realistic. So this is how I do it. This helps a lot. Also, another way would be I use grids. The guidelines in Procreate, I have these grids, so I know which shading and where goes where. So that is very helpful. Also, each element in this photo requires a different kind of touch to it. For example, the steak, the juice, the oil effect, the garlic, the potatoes, the plate, the tablecloth, the wooden background. It is all very different, and it did require me to use several brushes and different approaches to it. So it's not like you can get the whole effect with just one kind of style. You got to play around with it, and that is the only way to make it really look realistic. That is at least how I approach it. So yeah, ignore the writing. It's like when I update my work in progress, I like to have like all these little, I like to write stuff on it. So anyway, so just enjoy watching. I'll let you watch this. I'll stop talking for now, and I'll catch up to you towards the end of this video. All right? Okay guys, so the video is about to end. Unfortunately, yes, this is somewhere where it stops recording. There is still some more details which I just didn't capture. I'm so sorry about that. Anyway, just one last tip. If you want to do these drawings, always have a colored background. Like I added a brownish reddish background, so this really helps it instead of it being white. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.